The kettlebell swing is an amazing, yet misunderstood, and overall very poorly utilized exercise whose full potential for bringing on the sweet, sweet gains is seldom ever reached. It's a rare sight these days to see someone perform a kettlebell swing for a purpose other than as part of some sort of metabolic conditioning circuit or a CrossFit style workout. This is a shame because it leads to a very myopic view of the exercise. Yes, it can be very beneficial in this regard, and we can all thank CrossFit for pulling it out from total obscurity and into the more mainstream fitness culture. But the real benefits of the kettlebell swing do not pertain to fat loss or conditioning or anything of that ilk. No, the real benefits of the exercise are as a damn near unparalleled builder of hip extension power, explosiveness, and resilience. When viewed in this untraditional light, past its current underwhelming and overly regurgitated status as just another boring conditioning tool, past being seen as merely a vessel for making yourself tired or getting a pump in your glutes, and when it is instead viewed in the manner where it truly shines, as a true strength and power exercise that should be performed with heavy loads for repeat sets of 10 to 15 reps, and with a focus on slow progressive overload, the kettlebell swing becomes a whole new kind of beast. The benefits of performing the exercise in this fashion are myriad, but today I want to focus on three of the most important ones: explosiveness, the cultivation of the stretch reflex, and injury prevention.
Hey guys, if you made it this far, if you could do me a favor and smash that like button and leave me a friendly comment down below before you go, I would really appreciate it. The engagement is really helpful for my channel, so the more engagement that we can get, the more free, informative content, just like this video, that I can pump out for you guys. Thanks a lot, and enjoy the rest of the video.
Heavy kettlebell swings will help you to build tremendous hip extension power in a manner that is highly transferable to running, sprinting, and other horizontal jumping and movement variations. Now, to be sure, there are a plethora of loaded explosive exercises that are absolutely amazing at building overall lower body power. Popular and obvious choices include a whole host of variations of the Olympic lifts, as well as numerous loaded jumping variations. The primary difference, however, between most of these exercises and the kettlebell swing is that the former are all inherently knee-dominant exercises, whereas the swing, which is essentially an explosive and dynamic RDL or pull-through style movement, is inherently a hip-dominant exercise. This is because with most popular exercises that are used for developing power, the sole vector acting as a source of resistance during the movement is gravity, straight up and down like 6 o'clock. Naturally, this lends these movements to being dominated by the knee extensors, i.e. the quads. The kettlebell swing, on the other hand, gives us quite a different look. Gravity is still at play, obviously. However, by heaving the bell in a forward and backward semi-arcing pattern, we are introducing a strong horizontal component to the exercise as well. And horizontal action is where the hip extensors really get their chance to shine. Now your hips must control the incredible force of a heavy object that is literally swinging its way at full momentum, absorb all of that massive force, and then seamlessly reverse and expel it at full power without missing a beat. This is a stimulus that is very hard to replicate with any other exercise. The horizontal component that is present is one that is not found in most other power development exercises, and the hip extension power that this builds makes the gains from the exercise highly transferable to running, sprinting, and other movement-based activities and exercises that are heavily reliant on powerful hip extension. The kettlebell swing is a fantastic means of cultivating the stretch shortening cycle in the hamstrings, which is paramount for athletic development. Due to the rapid eccentric stretch, followed immediately by a maximal concentric contraction, swinging is in fact a true plyometric activity. Think about the eccentric action that's going on here. We are deliberately heaving an object forward at full force so that it will, in essence, boomerang back towards us in the exact same but opposite fashion. So now you are not just resisting the weight of the implement itself, but also the momentum of it reversing course at full speed as well. And as you move rapidly into hip flexion, it is primarily the hamstring muscles and tendons that are called upon to resist and stabilize these tremendous forces. What is unique about the swing is that it may be the only training exercise in existence that produces such a powerful plyometric effect on the hamstrings while they are in a fully stretched position. Unlike most other plyometric movements, which tend to emphasize the knees and ankles, but not so much the hips, especially not at that fully lengthened position of the hamstrings. In time, a skilled athlete will learn not just to merely absorb these eccentric forces, but also to take advantage of them by utilizing the elastic energy to create a much more powerful concentric contraction than they could have otherwise, to seamlessly turn around these eccentric forces and spit them back out tenfold without a hitch. This is due to developing and mastering the stretch reflex. Running, jumping, cutting, hitting, etc. All of these things require sound command of the stretch shortening cycle and proper utilization of the stretch reflex. And as you become proficient at utilizing this skill, and make no mistake, it is a skill, as you become proficient at utilizing this skill with gradually heavier and heavier implements, your lower body power development and overall movement capacity will be taken to the next level. Not only this, but your hamstrings will become nearly bulletproof as well, which leads me to benefit number 3. It is well known that most hamstring strains occur due to an overload of eccentric force. During sprinting, for example, one of the most notorious hamstring straining activities, the hamstrings are rapidly stretched and, while in a maximally lengthened position, must work eccentrically to decelerate the thigh and lower leg during the last half of the swing phase. This demands the absorption of tremendous eccentric force at full muscle length, an inherently risky situation if the hamstrings aren't already well conditioned to handle such stress. And unfortunately, this is exactly how many hamstring injuries occur even among elite level athletes. This is where the heavy kettlebell swing offers a unique solution. While it also subjects the hamstrings to large eccentric forces in a stretched position, just like sprinting does, it does so in a far more controlled environment. There are no unexpected changes in direction, no reactive decisions, no chaotic variables, and perhaps most importantly of all, the load is precisely chosen and controlled. Much like the idea behind an immunization or gradually building up the tolerance of the body, we can start our swing training with a benign and manageable load, one that causes adaptation but not injury. From there, we can progressively increase the load, thereby increasing the intensity of the dosage as our tolerance to these extreme forces increases along with it. So there you go. 3 massive and underrated benefits that you can get from the heavy kettlebell swing. 3 benefits that you can't really get elsewhere. You just have to amend your perspective on what this exercise is, how it should be performed, and what all it can accomplish. And with that new mindset, it's time to reap the rewards. So if you want to be a step ahead of the competition, then let's get swinging. If you found this video helpful, please be sure to smash the like button, subscribe to my channel, and drop a comment with your thoughts on the heavy swing below. Be sure to check out UnkiriEliteFitness.com for online coaching and training programs. You can use code CONJUGATE20 to get 20% off the Enkiri Elite Conjugate Method. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope that it helps you to take your training to the next level. Keep training hard, and I will catch you guys next time.